At this frequency, if we bring the glass into the direct sound beam, it shatters instantly. The sound becomes a very real thing when it is in tune with the glass. Did you ever get a good solid electrical shock? Ordinary house current is 60-cycle alternating current. When you stick your thumb up a light socket, that's where you rattle. You're in tune. Let's take another look at that 1,000,000 volts. That was well over 1,000,000 volts with a lot of power behind it. If that were 60-cycle alternating current and the charge should go through my body to ground, there's no question as to the result. It would be instantly fatal. But we've changed the frequency from 60 cycles to 65,000 cycles. And at this frequency, a lot of power can be taken through a human body. We use the aluminum sphere on top of the transformer merely as a discharge point for the high voltage. With the assistance of Mr. Metzger, I'm going to stand in direct contact with the transformer, permit the voltage to pass through my body and out through my fingertips. The demonstration is not an easy one, but it is one which illustrates our point in such a way that I hope you'll never forget it. To be in direct contact with the transformer, I must remove my shoes. It is necessary to provide metal caps for my fingertips to prevent serious burn and to provide points of discharge for the high voltage. Power. Lights. On. Now, if there's any question in your mind about the amount of power that went through my body, I think this next demonstration will answer the question. It takes power to set a 2x4 on fire. Power. Lights. On. There are two reasons why we must be born again. We've discussed one. Man is out of harmony with God and separated from him by a wall of invisibility. But there's another reason, equally important. Man is not only out of tune with heaven, but he is in tune with the judgment of a righteous God upon sin. When Christ said, "You must be born again," it was not just idle talk. It was a statement of profound significance, a statement that has anticipated, as we have seen, the very latest discoveries of modern science. But what is far more important, it is a statement that has anticipated the deepest need of a human soul. In view of these facts, the most important question that any man can ask is the question that Nicodemus asked of Christ. How can a man be born again? The answer to that question is the message of this book. Unfortunately, man has his own ideas on the subject. The popular concept seems to be that we really don't need to be born again. If we pay our debts, treat our neighbor right, live the golden rule, and do the best we can, we'll be all right. But God says, no, you must be born again. A basic change must take place in man, in his nature, his thinking, his living, someday even in the material substance of his body. God calls this change new birth. How can we be born again? Once again, the message of this book, the Bible, is the answer to that question. And it's startling in its simplicity. It may be summarized in one verse, John 1:12. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. I can almost hear a sigh of relief as someone says, why, is that all there is to it? Everybody believes. Are you sure? As we use the word believe, if we're sure, we say, I know. If we're somewhat uncertain, we say, well, I believe so. As the word believe is used in the Bible, it is far stronger than know. It is possible to know and not believe. It is possible for us to know that we're sinners, that the wages of sin is death. Yes, it is possible to know that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, died on the cross to pay the penalty of our sin, that we might live. It is possible to know all this and still be lost, still not believe it. Here is a simple illustration. Two statements concerning this chair. First, I know it will hold me up. Second, well, I believe it will hold me up. Which statement is correct? The first. I know that that chair will hold me up because it's a good, strong chair. We wouldn't have it here in the laboratory if it weren't, but I don't believe it. Because as God uses the word believe, you can't believe in a chair standing up. Now I'm believing in the chair. I'm trusting myself to it. If a doctor should tell you that you have cancer and that if he doesn't operate, you're doomed to die, how do you believe in him? By agreeing with his diagnosis? No. You truly believe in the doctor when you let him operate, when you submit yourself to him. If I were to ask you right now, are you a child of God? Have you experienced new birth? What would your answer be? Some people would say, well, I just don't know. If that is your answer, then you're standing beside the chair. You may have agreed with the diagnosis, but you probably haven't yet submitted yourself to the great physician. For when you truly believe, you'll know, because you believe. You'll be able to say with the Apostle Paul, I know whom I have believed, and am persuaded that he is able to keep that which I have committed unto him against that day. Believing involves a decision that you can make right now.